And movie fans, the first topic I want to discuss today is the news that the Crow reboot has taken flight at Lionsgate. Now, I'm really excited for this. I love there was no Crow movie. It's one of my all-time favorite comic movies. And it sucked what happened to Brandon Lee because I think he could have gone and become one of the best actors. And I even thought the TV show was good that lasted this season. The three sequels they did sucked. I know they did like the second one called City of Angels, which was released in theaters, and they did like a third and fourth one that was straight to DVD. Now, obviously, with the new one, they're going back to the Alec Draven character, and it's going to be harder for anybody else in that role besides Ben Lee because he was so great in it. I mean, I thought the actor who played Alec Draven in the TV show was good too, but Ben Lee was my personally favorite actor in the role out of the two. And I understand why they're doing a Crow movie. The Wizard movie is a very popular movie, and I know there's tons of Crow comics, and there's been different characters who have been the Crow. Obviously, they showed that in a TV show where there was a female Crow character in the TV show, and then the sequels had a different person of Crow who'd been back from the dead. So I think there's a lot of potential you could do, and obviously the comics. I never read them, so there's obviously a lot of potential in the comics. Now, obviously, I'm a little hesitant because the three sequels were really bad, and I'm really hoping. And this is a movie that's been they've talked about doing a Crow movie for years, where it's been through many different actors, many different directors. It's had an off and on production. So I'm really hoping this comes out. I'm hoping it's great, and I think Bill Skarsgard is a great choice to play Alec Draven. He's a great actor. I mean, he was great as Pennywise in it, and I even liked him in Barbarian, where he was in the first half of that movie. So I think he's a great actor. I think he'd be a great choice personally for Alec Draven. So I'm really excited for this movie, and I'm hoping it turns out to be like as great as the original Crow movie was. The next thing I want to talk about is the new Exorcist Believer trailer came out. Now I really love the first trailer. I love the original Exorcist movie, and I thought this trailer was even better. Like I love how maybe from what it looks like, this is the same demon from the original movie, which I think would be a cool way to like connect to the first movie. I think the trailer was just great. I personally am just really excited for this movie. The next thing is they put out a trailer for Godzilla Minus One. Now, I'm a big Godzilla fan. I'm actually more of a Godzilla fan than I am a King Kong fan. But I thought this was a great trailer. I thought the design of Godzilla looked really cool. I like the tone of it. And obviously, I'm a big Godzilla fan. Like, I love the 2014 movie. That was my favorite MonsterVerse movie. And I love the old Godzilla animated series on Fox Kids that lasted like 2 seasons. But I thought this trailer was fantastic. Like it actually made me interested to want to check out this movie because I never saw any of the old Godzilla movies. I've only seen the ones that are part of MonsterVerse and the one that was connected to the animated series where it had the movie and then you had the animated series that came out after that. So I thought this was a great trailer and I would be really interested to check this out actually. The next thing is that Blue Beetle crossed 100 million at the box office. Now, this movie is a flop. This movie only cost 104. But you also have to add in the marketing. And usually, if you have a movie that costs like 100 or more, you want your movie to make over 300 to feel like you had a success. And again, this is another movie that's not like the last 7 movies for the DC universe. And I know this movie isn't connected to the DCU, obviously, but the last one you're talking about, just purely DC movies, have not been able to crack 400, and I don't think this movie's going to crack 300. And it sucks because I think Blue Beetle is a great movie, and I highly recommend you go and check it out. Like, I would have loved to see a sequel to this. I know the director said he planned out a trilogy, and I thought this was just a great origin movie, and I would love to see more adventures with this version. Now, the reason I want to talk about this also is because I don't think they should plug this Blue Beetle into the new DC universe with Superman Legacy because of the fact that this movie's tanking, and I think if you need Superman Legacy to be the completely first movie of the DC universe because you need a fresh, clean start right now. Like again, this movie, like my past videos, I was thinking you could plug this movie in the new DC universe, and you can. This movie doesn't show any connections to the DCEU. But the reason why I don't think it'd be a good idea is because I don't think you want anything that's connected to something that didn't work right now. Like the DC brand is like, I would say damaged right now when it comes to how it's doing at the box office. Like it's like you had Flash that made over 200. That movie costs a lot. Like you've had the last 7 movies that haven't even cracked 400. So I think right now, as much as I would love to see a continuation of this more stories with this version, I don't think you should plug this new version in a new DC universe. Now you could do a thing where he's in the new DC universe, but he's a supporting character. You just don't do any Blue Beetle solo movies. But I would hate that personally because I think there's a lot of story you can tell with this character, and it just sucks to see. It sucks to see this as a fan who loves this movie, but I definitely changed my mind about the whole idea of plugging this in a new DC universe because even though you can, it has no connection to DCU, you can plug in a new DC universe very easily. I just think right now like I said, you need a fresh, clean start, and I think you just need to take away anything that the old regime did, the previous people that were in charge. Now, obviously, they had people coming in and out when they came to in charge of DC films, but the fact that Peter Safran and James Gunn now in charge, they have their own studio now in DC. I think if you do a Blue Beetle, I think it needs to be a different version and a different actor. I just think right now you need to just completely make it clear and start fresh. And Superman Legacy, I really do believe, I think needs to be the official start of the DC universe, where obviously the show with the casting that there's other heroes that exist in that world already, which I love that idea. Even though I'm a little worried about having too many heroes when it's a Superman movie. But I think you need to just like not put. I don't think you should put this version of Blue Beetle in the new DC universe either. So it just sucks to see this. I highly recommend you go and check out Blue Beetle if you haven't. I think it's a great movie personally, and this might be one of those movies that I love a lot more than other people did. So that's all the movie topics today. Until next time, movie fans.